Let me start by saying this. Well, you all are amazing. You are awesome, and I so appreciate your patience. And again, yes, Robert Borso, I best Borsi. I could see notes popping up here. So thank you so much. Um, I, this is going to be fun today, and all of this is actually very timely because here's what today is all about. Well, first of all, thank you for being here. I am Jill DeWit. I am co-founder of Land Academy. My wonderful partner in everything, Stephen Jack Vitala, and I, um, you know, love what we've been doing for decades, which is buying and selling land. And now we get to teach you and share you and help you and fund you and make sure you have cheap data and cheap mail and even fund your deals. Whatever it is, we want you to be able to do this too. So what's funny is doing our land business from the road, piece of cake. And that's what we're going to talk about today. My land business and everything that we do around that, which really when you, and Jack is very sweet in sharing this, that a lot of what goes on behind the scenes is him running and overseeing so much of our other companies. So I can focus on the land business. And what he doesn't know is I spend a lot less time on it than he thinks I do. So that's what I want to share with you today. So it's funny because it's truth. The land business is the easy part. The Land Academy part, the video part, the internet from the road part for doing the bandwidth of what we need to do right here today. Oh, that's very hard. But man, just doing mailers and sending them to someone else and taking phone calls or not taking phone calls. I'll talk all about that here in a minute. That's really that's the easy part, and that's what you can do in 4 hours. So let's dive in because I want to make this short and sweet. And I know some of you have things to go to too, and I'm sure you have kids and food to prepare. So let's dive in here. So I'm going to just share with you, I kind of share a little bit to our backstory. Jack has been doing this since the 90s. I came along, joined forces with him in 2009, roughly. We've got together 16,000 or more transactions. We kind of stopped counting now. And those are ours. That doesn't include my deal funding that I do with other people. Those are their deals. I'm just the bank kind of thing. So thank you, Kevin. We do have a system. That's a lot of it. I appreciate these notes. So how much time do I really work on investing? You know what? It's really little. And I'm going to tell you what this is all about. So let me back up with what's involved in investing. First, you've got to know where to send mail. You have to know how to pick an area. You have to know how to download the mail. You have to know how to price the mail. You have to have a good team to get the mail out. These offers are going out to these property owners. You have to have calls come in. People have to do that, whether it's you or somebody else. You've got to do your due diligence. You've got to buy the property. You've got to get it sold, list it yourself or get it with somebody else and get it sold, right? So kind of skipping along the top, those are pretty much the 10 steps, if you will, to doing this. So the big picture is like, well, hold on a moment. What do you mean you can do this from the road? Okay, so you can kind of see where I am. We really are in an RV. And for those of you who know us, there's several of you here that I recognize your names that know us. This is a different RV. It's a different experience, and that's what's going on this week. I actually happen to be a little north of Denver. We just literally unloaded one RV and loaded into the other RV. We parked door to door yesterday and passed stuff across. It couldn't have been funnier, I got to tell you. Looked like a Saturday Night Live skit going on. And but we moved everything over and it was hilarious. So today, what we're doing today was Career Path Day and this live event day. And that's where everything breaks. So, because the bandwidth of what we're doing, it's just too much. But what I did early this morning, though, when I got up and I set up my computer and just kind of logging on and getting my coffee, I spent about 20 minutes reviewing the land company work. That is all that was needed. So here's why. I can, from a passenger seat while Jack is driving, let's really flip-flop it. From the passenger seat while I'm driving, because this is kind of Jack's area really, is trolling, looking for new areas. You know, we know our acquisition criteria. It's pretty much set. So he's trolling, looking for areas, kind of jotting down zip codes and things he's going to go look at later on. So this is stuff that, you know, to get to our level, you do need to spend time on this, but not that much. You know, you could spend, you know, like I said, while you're driving, he does it while we're watching movies sometimes. He's always kind of trolling, looking for areas, picking out places to send mail. And then is he downloading the data and scrubbing the data and getting it ready to be priced? No, he is not. That is where you pull in somebody else, where it's either your team or for us, it's our team, which now can be your team, which is through our company Offers to Owners. We have a team there, concierge data team. You can literally call them up, give them the zip codes, or fill it out online. Actually, that's even better. They just revamped their website. Fill out your criteria. I want all the 5 to 20 acre parcels and these 4 zip codes, you know, fill in the blank. If you have any other criteria, let them go do it. So think about this now. Maybe you have an hour or two in, you know, this week, and we've got that going. Now it comes back, and now what we need to do is price it, because they're going to tell me, thank you, they're going to tell me what the average price per acre is for sale right now. It's part of the whole process. I'm not doing that. They're going to tell me the average price sold in the last 6 months or 12 months, whatever I tell them, how far I want to go back. And then I'm going to have those numbers and I'm going to run down the list. It's a spreadsheet. And again, this is really Jack's side of our business, if you will. And he's going to run down and go, all right, I want this whole section priced at 25%. I want this whole section priced at 23%. And I want this whole section priced at 19%, whatever it is. And then it's going to get priced and the mail's going to go out. We're not doing that again. That's subbing it out. This is the 4-hour work week. And this is why you're here. And even if it takes you a while to get to this, I promise you can. We will show you the way. This is what we do. So now the offers go out into the mail. Who knows where we are? We're in our RV, we're driving around having fun, waiting for the mail to hit. Mail hits. Phone calls come in. Am I answering the phone? Not anymore. I'm using Pat Live or someone on my team. I used to, and now and then I do, because I think it's kind of fun, especially when you're learning about a new area. I might take the phone calls for like one day or half a day. That's kind of what I'll do, you know, and just kind of learn and a little bit about it. And then the rest of it, it's subbed out. This is a 4-hour work week, everybody. You know, I have Pat Live. And if you're in Land Academy, you are all hooked up with the great rate with Pat Live. And they're doing that for you. So what happens at the end of the day? Pat Live is going to email you. You're going to have a report of the, 5, 10 phone calls that came in, all the property information for you to look at tomorrow morning. So then you're going to get up and you're going to look at them all at one time. You know the area, you know you sent mail. Now you're looking them up and you're making sure, you know, just really kind of doing your level 1 due diligence. And what is all that? That's the 6 A's. And that's making sure, I'll tell you real quick what they are if you need a refresher. You're going to look for access. You're going to check the acreage. You're going to check affordability. You're going to look at, access, acreage, affordability, attributes. You want to make sure they're alive, and you're going to look at adjacent. So those are the 6 A's, and I'll do that. I've gone through that in great detail on other live things, and if definitely on landacademy.com, you'll find a lot more information about that as well. So that's your due diligence. And if you're like me, when you get to me, you know, you can make some quick decisions right away, whether or not you're going to buy the property. I tend to look at 2 are going to come rising to the top that have all those A's, and And I might know it and ready to move forward, or maybe I need to call the county and check a couple things. At least I know what I need to do after that. Then you're opening escrow. Now, again, 4-hour work week, I have a team. So what I do, it just basically gets to me in Airtable. That's what we use. And I go through the properties and yes, no, no, yes, and put little notes in there. That's what I did this morning. And my team just kind of goes out and they open escrow, or they get the answers that I need, make those phone calls to the county, whatever it is, and they'll put it back in for me to look at again tomorrow, kind of thing. And then while it's in escrow, my team is running the whole thing. They are babysitting it. They're making sure it closes. They're making sure the seller's happy, getting all the any of my corporate documents that escrow needs, all of that. They're making sure that all happens smoothly. Then now I own it. Now what? Again, I don't want to work that hard. This is a 4-hour work week, everybody. Well, I am only buying and selling property right now where there's enough margin that I can afford to do escrow on the buy side, escrow on the close side, and use an agent in the middle. And I am finding more and more. I know for a while we used to kind of poo-poo brokers and agents, but things have changed. And there's a lot of amazing, phenomenal, land-focused, like Mossy Oak and Whitetail Properties guys, and a lot of other offshoots of them too, that really understand land and do a really good job. And I'm going to have them post a property. I'm going to get them on board. So, and we do that even before it sells. So while I'm waiting for it to go through escrow, already making calls. I lined up an agent that I like. We already have the terms figured out. He's only waiting for me to tell him it's go day, list the property. He's going to take care of the photos. He's going to do the drone shots. They're going to pay for that. All of that, list the property. Again, 4-hour work week. I'm just sitting back and letting that play out. And we had a conversation too. I don't want to wait that long. I'm not let's hold out for top dollar and wait 9 months. That's not how we roll. I want to sell it in like 90 days, 30 to 90 days, let's say, at a really good price, that it's going to move and everybody feels really good about it. Knowing that I am always going to at least double my money, sometimes more, and it's still going to be priced, when I'm selling it, I still want to be the lowest or one of the lowest in that area. So my buyers, they love it and they feel like they won. Score. So again, I'm not working that hard on that part of it. And then the last thing is it's sold. Great. My team reopens escrow, preferably with that same company we just did. And now we're just selling it. And that's it. So that's how it works, is really what it goes. So what tools do you need? You want to be like me and have a 4-hour work week and do deals from the road or from a hotel room. I know a lot of people that are like pilots that do Land Academy on the side. I know people with day jobs, and they make it work in their hours. Man, you need a phone, you need a computer, and you need internet. It doesn't have to be these stellar whatever internet, because you're traditionally not doing audio and video and podcasts and everything like we're doing. That's the hard part. That's a lot. But for what I do, no, I just need a phone and my computer. That's kind of it. Whew, trial and error. I love this. These are great. My team put these points in here for me to cover, and I like it. It's better than what I might have thought of. So trial and error. Do a lot in the beginning. Figure out what you're good at. Figure out what you're not good at, and figure out what you hate. And I want you to, because again, this is a 4-hour work week. I don't want you to not like this. I don't want you to not stay with it. So I want you to sub out those things as quickly as possible. And one of the number one things is answering the phones. That'll really bog you down. It's hard to have the 4-hour work week if you are tackling your own mailer. I have done that, and it's a lot. So how to make this possible for yourself? These are good questions. I love this. Thank you, team, for putting these in here for me. Making this possible for yourself is really about getting your family on board, getting your team on board, going at this the right way, getting educated, having money for mailers, I'll tell you right now, there's only a couple things you need money for, and it's not property. Promise me you heard that. I want to repeat this here is to get started and to do this right. It's not about what you can afford property wise. It's about getting educated and what you can afford mail wise, sending out the offers. That's the number one thing I want you to spend money on. If you have $10,000 right now and you're like, Jill, I want to do this. I get it. I believe you guys. I've been following you. This is it. I really am here. That's all you need to think about. Get the education, get the mail out. Because you know why? Because you're going to come along, you're going to do everything that we're going to teach you in Land Academy, and you're going to know how to go out and find those deals. And when you have those deals where you're buying for 13,000 and selling for 35, it's worth 40, and you've got a guy on board, you're going to sell it for 35, and you're buying it for 13. I'm sure that every single person in this room right now would happily be the bank for you, because we know how great it is. And then you and I are going to split the profit, whoever your bank is. That's how we do it. And after a few of those, you're not going to need my money or need somebody else's money. You're going to say, thanks, Jill. I did 7. I now have $100,000 in the bank. I can fund my own deals now, and I'm off and running. So that's what you really need to think about and how to make this possible for you. These are great questions. Good. And I'll start, thank you guys. I'm going to start sprinkling in as best as I can catch them. If I miss any question, I apologize. You can put it in again. And my team is going to help here too with me. The Pat Live savings, I believe it's 20%. Pat Live, whatever I get, you get. I don't get any. There's not $1 of Pat Live kickback that goes to Land Academy. It is 100% to you. So whatever rate we negotiated, and we're probably due to renegotiate, by the way, not to put that on my team right now, but whatever we get, it goes right back to you. So this will be recorded, and yes, it will be recorded. So if you can't see the whole time, I promise that will be a playback for you. Thank you. And that was from Terry. Thank you, Terry. Denise says, do we fund the education? I don't fund the education. I need you to be able to afford to do that. But you know what? That's okay. Because you know what, Denise? I'm not going anywhere. If now is not, I want you to be able to have money to get the education, afford the mail, and get going on your own. Not buy the properties, but that stuff. If you could save up 10 grand, that would be good. You can breathe and be able to get in our community, get your feet wet, have some time to learn the ropes a little bit before you get the mail out. Be on some of our member calls and things like that, so you can really kind of understand what you're doing. That will be good. And we're not going anywhere. So if you're like, oh, okay, I can't do it right now. I just paid my taxes. I get that. And it's maybe this summer or maybe the fall is the right time. We are not going anywhere. And that's the thing about us too, by the way. We are not, please run up credit cards. We are not go take out a whatever loan on your house. Even for property, don't do it. I want you to do what you can afford. I want you to sleep really well and do it right. And maybe it takes a little longer. I don't flip and care. That's what we did. And you will get there, I promise. So great questions. Kevin asked, and I'm going to answer a couple of these, and I'll answer Kevin's, and I'm going to jump back into a few things here. What does, wait a second, education. Kevin said, what has changed with the buying and selling with the current inflation price increases? It's interesting. Nothing for me and nothing for the people that I work with as far as buying and selling, because I'm all cash. I don't need to worry about interest rates. I buy for cash. I sell for cash. That's really what I'm doing. So none of that's changed. If anything, I'm actually getting great deals, sometimes better deals, and sometimes they're coming a little bit hotter, meaning I might be offering even a lower percentage than I would have normally, because there's a lot of people out there that need to dump some property and they just need to dump it. so I'm going to come in at a good price, but maybe lower than I would have in the past. And I'm almost even a little bit pickier on some of the properties now. And I'm just going to pick the best ones. I have too much coming at me right now too. I've got so many sellers that are like, hey, I'm so happy I've got your letter. I can really pick and choose and take the best ones where I know I'm not going to make a mistake, and really do well. So I'm going to answer this little thing about, I'm going to tell you a little quick about offers to owners, and then we're going to do some more questions. And I'm going to try to keep this short because I have something really great here in about 15, 20 minutes that I'll share with everybody so I can make sure I get your questions. So our direct mail company is offers to owners. You kind of see it at the bottom of the screen here. It's offers and the number 2 owners.com. They just went through an awesome overhaul. Thank you. It's so much more user-friendly, easier to understand, figure out. You could see our templates there if you want to see, an example of what we send out. Go check it out. And they have a special going on right now. I believe it's a 10% savings, which is great because we have it marked so low anyway, just to make it, that's the whole thing. The reason we created offers to owners is so all of us have our own company. It's our company that knows what we're doing and can get cheap mail out quickly. That's our company. So check that out. So this is good. My team we wanted to share. Here's what's going on in my world right now. As you can see kind of behind me a little bit. This is what it looks like. This is what investing from the road looks like. Here's Jack up here in the upper left. Lakeside, I think that was podcast recording or our Thursday call or both. They're going on. And yes, he did fish in that lake at one point. I think that was Nashville area that we were there. Here I am. This is our old rig. That was me behind the wheel. That was really fun. I've got me in the middle there. That was me doing a notary close. Hey, by the way, hold on, Jill, stop. You're doing these deals from the road. How do you, don't you have to go to title or escrow and sign paperwork? Nope. I don't need to, and my sellers don't need to. They can track me down. I can get a notary to appear anywhere I am, and they will even come to the RV. We have done that many times. Now, too, certain states, Michigan, Oklahoma, there are notaries that are established with electronic services. So you can be in Tennessee, you can be in another state. And if the notary's like in Arizona, for example, they can do online recordings where you literally hold up your ID. The document was already uploaded. It's pretty wild. So there's all kinds of options. So here at the bottom too, this one that you see my little Starlink arrow, Starlink kind of failed for us a little bit today. Starlink is awesome. We have the RV version there. You can see I'm running a cord out the door to the Starlink out in the bushes there. Normally it's great, but for what we do, we still need more data heavy intensive for the Land Academy side, not Land Stay. Not my sweet company where we buy and sell and do deals all the time. So that's it. And then the picture on the upper right-hand side, that's our new rig. And if you want to zoom in, you can see that was me, workstation on the left, Jack, workstation on the right, because we were doing career path today and had cameras on and lights on and everything. And it worked awesome until it didn't. So that's all I'm going to say about that. All right. Now I want to do more questions, and then I'm going to do about, say, 10 more minutes here of the questions. So go ahead and pop them in wherever you are. My team, if you're on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, my team is trying to watch and collect them. So hopefully they will get to me. If not, they will get answered by my team. So do not worry. This is so good. It's funny. It started with Jack and I. I'm scrolling up to get all your questions here. It started with the back of a boat. The whole thing was when I met Jack, it's I always wanted to have a business that we did really well. We didn't have to work that hard, and we could do it from the back of a boat. So we have done that. But now we transitioned to on land, and being in an RV, and it's so much fun. Someday will we go to the back of a boat again? Maybe. I don't know. Both are possible. So if that sings to you, you're in the right place. If you're a 4-hour work week and you just want to be wherever, we're your people. Let's see. Christian is sending a note to me. I think someone asked, what does trolling mean? Trolling is looking for new areas to mail. And I've done webinars on this before. So if you go to YouTube and Land Academy, our page there, you will find, I want to say November, I want to say it was like October, November, somewhere in there last year, I did a whole webinar on trolling where I showed you, here I am in Zillow, and I did a screenshot where I fill in 5 to take 10 acres. And I filled in, I'm looking for properties that are selling between, like $30,000, $40,000, whatever my criteria is. And here I am searching around, and here's what sings to me. Here's what you should be looking for, and here's what to do with that information. So that's what trolling is. And it's ongoing all the time. This is something that Jack is doing anytime that we're somewhere and maybe watching a movie or, I don't know, something that we're doing. He's just on his phone, basically. He's trolling. He's always on Zillow, looking at areas, kind of checking the next area because it changes. Nashville, Tennessee might be hot right now. I don't even know if it is right now, but it was. I do know it was, but it's not going to always stay that way. Things change. You need to kind of be watching different areas. Today in Career Path, as a matter of fact, we did a bunch of trolling, and there were some areas in a region of the country that I hadn't really paid attention to in a while because that's a Jack thing. And I was noticing like, oh, look at this little area that we're all talking about looking at. It's kind of it's kind of hot right now. It might not have been that way 6 months ago, but we all sure see it is now. So you're kind of always doing that. Thank you. Andrew asks, if I don't know Excel, should I start by learning it now before joining? Yeah, do it at the same time. Go get wallstreetprep.com, and just you could spend a weekend and get a crash course on Excel and moving around. This is the main thing, without a mouse. That's the key, because you are much faster without a mouse, and then just keep building on what you already know. So that's awesome. We have people in Land Academy from other countries that were still getting good and fluent in English while learning Excel, while learning to buy and sell property here in the US, that are killing it. And they've been with Land Academy for years. So yeah, you can totally do it all. It's really about you, and how much dedication and commitment you're going to put into this. This is really great. Hi. Thank you. Janae was helping answer that. Robert, hi Robert. Robert Reyes just went to Pat Live to sign up. Oh, they're tried both PC and a Mac. All right, Chuck. Maybe they're having a little bit of internet issues. I'm sure you will work that out because I know how smart you are, Robert. Thank you very much. Oh, here we go. From YouTube Live in South Carolina, it looks like MJ. Where is everyone coming from before heading back out? I want to be able to learn when it's more assets on the property that changes my price. I remember that was one thing that you would listen to. I remember it's more of an asset. I'm wondering if MJ, you're thinking about maybe there's something on the property, like a falling down barn or a shed, or maybe there was a mobile there at one time and it's not there now. And boy, maybe they left behind a well and power hookups. Those are all great things. So I love those. I don't seek them out. I mean, times that we will seek out like mobiles and things like that, of course, but often those things will pop up and they're great. And that is an attribute. So wonderful. Denise says, what are my focus areas? You know what, my criteria depends on our criteria at the time. So right now, my favorite criteria right now is buy for purchase price $30, $40, $50,000, so I can sell for 80, 90, 120, $150,000. That's my awesome sweet spot right now. Are there properties out there right like that? Oh yeah, heck yeah. And by the way, think about that. There's not as many people that are, you know, out there trying to get those higher dollar amounts. And I know it sounds a little, sometimes a little nerve wracking, or a little makes you nervous to say, I'm adding a zero. I've been buying for 3,000, Jill, and you want me to buy for 30,000? I do. You know what, Denise, I want you to think about your criteria, and I want you to add a zero and watch what happens. You will be surprised how much easier it is when you're dealing with people that are buying properties from you for $90,000 versus $9,000. They are experienced investors. They have the cash. They are ready to go. They have so many less questions, and it's fun. And remember, I talked about this is a 4-hour work week, everybody. I don't want to be selling these properties. Am I going to get a broker excited to list a property for $9,000? No. I'd be lucky to find one. But for $90,000, can I get a broker excited to help me out and sell my property? Yeah, I sure can. So that's what I'm doing. Awesome questions. Do I buy with seller financing? I don't buy with seller financing, and neither should you, because Benjamin, you don't need seller financing. I'll finance it. So if you find a great deal, like I just talked about, like with Denise, I want Denise buying for 30. And so, or you, Benjamin, buying for 30. You don't have the 30. I do. If you came to me tomorrow, Benjamin, and said, Jill, we got to buy this. I'm getting it for 30. I think it's worth at least 90, maybe more. What if we all go sideways and we sell it for 80? I'm okay with that. I'll be the bank. So you and I, usually it's 50-50. I'm open to whatever it is, but I'll be 100% the bank, which means I'll pay for the property. I'll pay for escrow, and all of those costs. The thing I want you to do is manage the deal. I want you to be the manager. I want you to make sure it closes. I want you to find the broker. I want you to handle those details for me. I'm your money guy, and which is great. Usually I'm not going to bug you. I'll be over here. Call me when it sells, kind of thing. And you're just going to call me one day and say, Jill, it's sold. We just got I got an offer in, watch for the DocuSign to sign it, for, $82,500, and I'll take care of the rest. And then you and I, Benjamin, will both get paid out of escrow. So whatever percentage you and I come up with on the profit, however you and I split the profit, then you and I get paid out of escrow, and that's it. You didn't put any money in on that. You just you just found it. So that takes financing out of the equation. And then remember, that takes the interest rates out of the equation. That takes you running up a credit card out of the equation. I tuned into, I jumped into somebody else's clubhouse the other day, and it was all about these people. They were telling people to take out these home equity line of credits, and then to make somebody feel good about, I don't know, they were talking about that, and they're talking about insurance policies and maybe borrowing from that. I mean, just all this nutty stuff. I'm like, this makes absolutely no sense. A, talk about confusing. B, and C, talk about scary. I'm not going to sleep good at night. Let's just buy it. If we feel that good about the deal, we're buying it. I need to control the deal too. I don't want anything to go wrong. Hello, another Robert B. Can you do due diligence on the internet as far as looking at title to see if there's any liens or other effects? Oh, I can do a lot. Yeah, that's one of the things about Land Academy. Thank you for bringing that up. You have data tree access unlimited. You have Title Pro 24/7 access unlimited. And if there's any concerns that you have, call the county, of course, check on that. If you have any concerns at all, you could open escrow and have them do a preliminary title search for you and see if that pops up. before you get into it. I never worry about that kind of a stuff. So we will help you doing your due diligence. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy's loved the photos. Thank you very much. We used electronics for stuff before. Good. It looks fun. I'm in. Yes, Robert, it is. Oh, good. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, Corey. Corey says they also travel like this. I am so glad. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you. Hello, James B. What's the difference in the urban and rural red, yellow, green test? Good question. What kind of difference? I can't think of a difference. The red, yellow, green. Let me back up real quick here. When you're trolling for properties, thank you, James B, who knows about this. We, over the years, have developed more tools as we get access to more data to make sure we're making better decisions. And we share those with you. And one of the things that Jack has created and shared within Land Academy is our red, yellow, green test. So after you're trolling, you've got your 10 zip codes. Gosh, I think I know what I'm doing. Before I send the mail out, I want to just triple check I do it right. And that's our red, yellow, green test. And we show you in Land Academy where to go, download more data, like looking at days on market, looking at new list to sold, all kinds of pitting zip codes against each other too, to make sure you're picking the right hot area, looking at how many properties are listed for sale as compared to all the properties in that county. I don't want to go into an area where there's 300 properties for sale, and in the whole universe of properties in that little area, there's 2,000. Well, that doesn't make sense. There's too much available for sale going in there. I want to be one of 30 for sale in a county that small. If I'm one of 3,000 for sale, which I really don't even want that, I want to be one of, 30 or 50 for sale of like kind in an area where things are moving, man. And I know I'm priced really well. Great. Thank you, Denise. It looks like fun. Is there a discount? Oh, I wish this is good. Well, hang on, Patricia R. Is there a discount for Starlink? I'm not sure yet, since we've had Starlink now for well over a year, and been doing this from the road off and on. And now that more people are getting Starlink and it's getting busier, we are exploring other options. So sit tight on that. So I don't want to endorse it yet or go, and I don't know of any discount. It's like I don't have anything like that too. So we don't get anything for it. And I'm working on some other solutions, and we're going to try some in the next week or two. So I will report back, I promise. We travel a lot too. Slow internet, no internet. You know what I'm doing right now? I will be totally honest. You guys are going to love this. I jumped off Starlink for this. You guys know better than I am how the audio video is doing. Hopefully I'm doing okay. But I jumped off that, and I'm literally on my phone. I'm hot spotting my computer, hot spotting some other things here, some tools. So there you go. House Academy soon. Oh, yes. So House Academy is and still open and running in the background. We are houseacademy.com, which is our way of buying and selling houses, not remodeling, not moving walls, only buying a house and selling a house the Land Academy way, where you're going to make whatever your minimum is. Maybe it's $50,000 on a deal. You're not touching it, kind of a thing. And you're going to be cash in, cash out in 30 days. That's like the House Academy model. So we are prepping here in 2023 to add, to beef that up a little bit for you. If you are in Land Academy now, when we are at the time that we update content, or we, add some extra little tools or things like that, it's included. So you're in. Oh, good question. So you don't have to wait. You're not missing the boat. Are you buying and selling where you are in your rig? Good question, Leonard. Leonard V. We're in Colorado right now, on the north side of Denver, north of Denver, say that. And I don't, you know what? I have to be careful what I say about property that I own, because I am not sure what I own. So sometimes it's not even my personal inventory, deals that we have funded, they're all over the country, and it's amazing. I'm not here seeking out property, but it's, sometimes we'll roll through areas. This is what usually happens. We'll roll through an area and Jack will say, did you know we used to own such and such over there? And I would say, that's cool. Didn't remember, but he's got a good memory for that stuff. That's cool. All right, I'm going to get through these questions because I know everybody's anxiously awaiting my special thing that I promised here. Anil M is asking about mailer yield, and it's very, very hard. It's something that we talk about, and I'm just going to say this with mailer yield. I'm going to kind of skip along the top here. After you get rolling in this business, it's really hard to track because I have calls and signed offers that have come back from years ago. So I'm not going to go back and say, oh, now I'm at 9% on this particular mailer. And then this is particular thing that we sent out in 2021. So hang with me, and I just want you to send out as much mail as you can. Let me just say this, Anil. If you send out 1,000, I think is too little. I would like you to send out at least 3,000. If you send out at least 3,000 offers, like I was talking about the deal earlier, where you're buying for 30,000 and selling for 90,000, and you get only one deal right away. Are you happy with that? The answer should be yes. Me too. That's what I want you to take away from that. Are you going to probably get more from that? Probably. And who knows how long it's going to take and how long and whatever it is. But I want you to just think like that. You won't care. And the people in Land Academy and Career Path and the ones that are really doing big volume stopped tracking mailer yield a long time ago, because we know what's going to happen, and we just get the mail out. It's really good. Let's see. Thank you very much. I have Rick M right here. He is a certified notary, online notary, and he can do it in all 50 states. See, that's it. It's so Rick, it depends on where you're sitting. I only know Michigan and Arizona. I know there's other states that you can do it for, I can be anywhere, but as long as you're in X state. This is awesome. And even due to expats living abroad, I've completed over 5,000 online notaries with a 4.99 customer satisfaction rating. If anyone needs my assistance. Awesome, Rick. Thank you very much for sharing that. I appreciate that. I'll try to get you on that 5.0 because that's 5-star. So, hi Yuri S. Would you be willing to share how your Airtable template is organized? Also, how much deal flow is ideal to get started using CRM? I would love to. I can't do it on this environment, but I think I've done some check Land Academy YouTube Airtable demonstrations, because I'm pretty sure I have stuff up there. If not, it is heavily discussed and shared in Career Path. That's coming up for that group here in a couple of weeks. So you are welcome. Great questions. Oh, Carla's like, great question. I would love to do that. You know what you guys can also do? If you wouldn't mind, you can send a note to support@landacademy.com. And because I try to do something like this once a month, and I can, if enough of you like Airtable, I can do an Airtable demonstration. All right, let's see. What time are we? I'm gonna do one more question here. I'm gonna pick out 1 or 2 quick questions so I can get to the meat of this, which is why everybody is here. Let's see. Much mail. Mail. Maybe too much mail. Oh, I don't think there's such a thing as too much mail. Thank you, Dania K. The more mail you send, the more people are blowing up your phone. The more you're like, oh my gosh, I have 25. Oh no, now I have 30 people that want to sell me their land. What do I do? How great is that? Line them all up and pick the best ones. Pick the top 2, and then after you get those done, come back and pick up a couple more. Or if you have the bandwidth, and you only have the money to buy 2, you buy what you can afford, and 3 more I'll fund for you. What a great problem to have. That's the whole thing. Thank you. 3G says, I I prefer about $50,000 a deal too. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Equity planner today. Oh, Robert, looking at the equity planner today, help me expand my new goals. That was Robert R. from Career Path today. I am so happy, you guys. All right. Yeah, if you don't understand, thank you. If you don't understand this whole financing thing with HELOC or life insurance cash value, I just don't think you need to do that. I really don't. Save up 10 grand, do it right, get educated. Let me be the bank. Let somebody else be the bank. Their name will go on the deed. If it goes side, they'll make sure you're making a good decision too, because their name's on the deed. And it's going to work out just fine. Do I ever send, Patricia R says, do I ever send neutral letters? Or is it always an amount being offered? Yeah. And you know what? That's one of the things about Land Academy. Remember right in the beginning, we have made a lot of mistakes. We have tried a lot of things, and I mean a lot. So the reason you're here now is because I've done all that, and we still say that with each other, like, boy, I wish I had a me going through this when I was getting started. That would have saved me so much time and so much money and so much energy. And, now I know where to get my phone number. Now I know what I need when I make a website. Now I know how to pick a good area. Now I know how to price these darn things. And if you send a neutral letter out, here's what usually happens. The planet is going to call you back, and you're going to be, in a negotiation frenzy with these people. And it's just is a mess. It's just too much time and work. And, it's so hard to try to get something there versus think about just sending a strategically priced letter to the 3,000 people that meet your exact criteria. Let the 20 come back to you, and you buy the 2 you like the best, the 2 that I can't lose with these. Holy moly, and you're looking for a situation. This is what people don't realize too. A lot of this is not about price. You hit people at the right time, and they are happy to get your letter. Dad just passed on. We didn't even know he had this. Or I need the money. This came at just the right time. I was looking at, I was trying to figure out what to do here. And I don't know how to sell this thing. And I don't even know where to begin. And your letter popped in. And by the way, your letter's for $30,000. That's great. They're like done. And it's going to be, and you're ready to go, and you have the money. And you mean I can close that fast because you're a professional and you know what you're doing? You have a title agent lined up. Yeah, that's what it is. So good question. It is not the basic data tree program, Robert B, that comes with this at all. Okay, so I'm going to jump into this. Let's get to the good one, good stuff here. You guys, such good questions. So I'll try to come back around in a minute after this, but here's what we're all here for. All right, we are giving away some properties. Probably why some of you are really here. I know a lot of you are here for asking me questions, and I really appreciate that. But I want to tell you, we are giving away 4 properties. Similar, they're in Arkansas, just showing you some of the properties here. We didn't buy them if they weren't good properties. Access, they have the 6As. Let's just say that right there. And they're selling anywhere between, $15,000 to $3,000. So there's properties that I've had for a little bit, and I want to give them to you. I want you to have them, and I want you to use them as a way just to kind of jumpstart your land business. It's a good property for you as you're getting going. I want you to learn these pieces, learn the moving parts if you can, learn how to post it for sale, learn how to get a photographer and all those things so you can directly either teach your team, because remember, this is a 4-hour work week that we're all striving for. Teach your team, so they're doing it for you, or know what good postings and good pictures and good drone shots should look like when you're picking an agent to sell a property for you. So here is the scoop. Okay. Now, okay. So here's how you win. If you are not a Land Academy member, I have 3 properties for you to go. So you need to join Land Academy, obviously, and my team is going to put the link in the chat here for you, so you have a straight link to go to that. We are, in addition to a free property, giving you $1,000 off right now. Yep. So if you go to landacademy.com, click on the join now, and you fill it in, and you put in, there's a place where you can put in a promo code. Put it in the promo code you see on the screen here, free land. So all caps, FREELAND. You will get $1,000 off, plus put in the drawing for one of 3 pieces. So this is pretty good odds, by the way. It's not just 1, it's 3 that we are giving away. So what's included with Land Academy? A lot of things I talked about, data tree, nationwide data tree access unlimited. That's where you need to get your ownership data. You have Title Pro 24/7. These are things I use for my due diligence. You have access to us every week, on our Thursday member call. We have behind the scenes 24/7 support via Discord with my team, other members, with us. You have, of course, the whole education. You have 3 education, skipping over the most important part, by the way. You have Land Academy 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0, the most current one, everything that we're doing right now today. You have deal funding, you have cheap mail included. I know I'm probably missing some things, but that's basically, Land Academy is about not only teaching you what to do, but making sure you have access to the tools that professionals like us and you need to do this, and a support that you need to get your questions answered and get these deals done. That's it. That's why we're here. It's not just one, it's all of it. So how's this going to go? Oh, there's the link. Awesome. Or the phone number. Thank you very much. You can call Amy on my team. I see 480. I'm going to say it out loud, Amy. Hope it's okay. 480-681-8744. And you can call Amy on my team. She is awesome, and she will walk you through it. Heck, she'll do it for you if you need it. If you're like, I'm driving and I need this now, I'm not going to change my mind. Amy, let's do it. You can call Amy and she will take your call and do those things. So awesome. People have done that. All right. So this ends Sunday. Today is Wednesday. This is going to end Sunday. So everybody knows you got to do it between now and then. You can do it now, you can do it tonight, whatever, it'll all be fine. Let's see here. Oh, and where are we going to announce this? We will draw the 3 winners live on our Land Academy weekly member call on Thursday, a week from tomorrow. So be on April 27th, and you do not have to be there to win. Our calls are at 3 o'clock Pacific time every Thursday. They're recorded for members. So as members, you can go back and watch them. And there's so much information in there. It's amazing. So if you're not there, we will let you know that you won. You have to be present to win. But of course, it's always better and more fun if you can be there. So that's what's going to happen. So, and that's, to think about it. And this is not nuts. We have plenty of people, I haven't given away land in a while, but we've done it over the years. And I've got, members that have said that I bought Land Academy, I got a free property, I sold a property that paid for Land Academy. Some of them I sold for it and it paid for it in itself. We even sell property. I have properties that I will sell within Land Academy to just our members. We have a thing called the garage sale. And I've had some people that are like, Jill, I bought this from you for, I don't know, $750 and I sold it for, $6,000. I'm like, good for you. So that's possible. Things that we do within Land Academy to help you. We want you to be successful. That's why we're here. So this will help you get started. And, that's right. This is we give you the education tools, support, everything you need. Now, if you are already a Land Academy member, you are a Land Academy member, and you are here giving me some love. Thank you very much. I see names that I recognize. So we appreciate you, and I want to give you some love back too. So just all you have to do is send a note to our team by 9 o'clock Pacific time tonight. letting us know that, hey, that I know you saw Robert R. That was me. And Jamae and those people, I see you. It's like, hi, I'm here. I'm a member. I was on the live thing, giving Jill some love. I want to be in the drawing. So just send them a note and that's it. That's all you got to do. No special anything that you have to jump in there. And then you, same thing, next Thursday on the weekly member call, I will literally draw out of a hat. And, or maybe not a hat. I don't know if I can. I do have a hat. I did this right. I think, do we have a hat around here? Yes, I do. And I will draw for that, for property there as well. All right, so I've got a few more times. Yes, a few more minutes. I'm gonna go, tell you what, I'm gonna go, I was gonna go, I'm like, oh, we're only gonna go 30 minutes today. Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna go 10 more minutes and then so I can answer a few more questions here. If anybody is joining right now and you're, let me know and I will give you, if you join right now and you want a little shout out, I'm happy to give you a little shout out here live. There we go. Patricia's like, do I have the right, or do I have the right code here? Yes. Free land. I'm trying to, I think this is the last, slide. Yes. I'm gonna leave the slide up here so we can, so we appreciate you. And Jack, thank you, Rolly G. I appreciate you too. I love it. There you go. I agree with you. If I win, that's a nice idea. Yuri and Jamae are going to gift it to a family member. That's very sweet of you. You know what? That is a good gift. We have done that over the years. Given property, like, I don't know, going to a bar mitzvah. It's kind of cool when your gift is a deed kind of to a kid. We have totally done that. Let's see. This is different. Leonard V. Yeah, hitting the road in 2 weeks. It's going to use concierge data to send mail. One of the great things about concierge data, which started because a lot of you have said, well, you guys have already obviously a team that you trained that, you're not having to pull and scrub and do all that stuff to get it ready to go in the mail yourselves. I'm sure the guy's not, your team's not busy 24/7. Can we use your team? We're like, when we finally said, yeah, you're right. So that's concierge data. So you have access to our team who does our mailers, can do your mailers. When we launched this a year or so ago, I think we're going on a year now, I think, we thought it was going to be more used by people newer to Land Academy, maybe not, not really, up to speed yet kind of thing. But we have a healthy people of that, healthy users that are newer. That's great use of concierge. We have a healthy balance of people that are doing the 4-hour work week like me. I'm like, I don't need to scrub the data. I don't need to do that. I know how to do it. I don't need to do it. I'm going to pay somebody else to do that for me. That is so much, a better use of my time to be trolling, picking the areas, getting the deal done, maybe talking to some sellers, whatever it is. I don't need to be doing that busy work. That is so smart. So the majority of our advanced group, they don't do their own mail at all. They use concierge. They tell them what to do. So you give them an order, go check it out. Go to offers and then number2owners.com. You can go on there and kind of see. It's really easy for you to fill in, what criteria that they need to pull that and get it ready for you. So you could be thinking of what you need to look for. Good question. I don't know how much concierge data is right now. So offers in the number2owners.com. Oh, thank you very much. All right, Shakir Phelps. Welcome to Land Academy. I am so happy that you're here. Yay! This is awesome. Okay, hold on. Just so you know, there's going to be a lot coming at you in the next 24 hours. You're going to get a bunch of different logins to different things. Like you're immediately in there. It starts turning on your access to all kinds of things. You're going to get invited to Discord. You're going to get the dashboard with all the programs. If you go to the member guide, there's some where to get started stuff in there. And there's some great tool things to tell you what everything does, kind of know what you're doing. And so just so you know, we, in a good way, trying to make sure you have everything you need to do everything that we do. But sometimes it's like, whoa, it's a bit, but hang in there. I promise we're right here to help you walk you through this. So when you join, good question. So when you join Land Academy, it starts a monthly thing. So it's initially an annual contract. Why? Because I am an annual contract. So let me back up. Land Academy, the education is one thing, but to have access to the data and the tools, all the stuff that you need, we're licensed providers of these products, Data Tree, Title Pro, some other things. And it's an annual contract that I have to do. And if you go out on your own to try to do it, it's the same thing. It's usually an annual contract. We became licensed providers to bring the cost down for all of us. That's the whole point. Getting all these tools through us as licensed providers is way cheaper than trying to one-off do all these things on your own. So that's the only reason it is. So when you join, you're paying an annual thing, and it's just a 12-month rolling, basically, contract is how it goes. So good question. Hey, I've started listening about 10 straight out. Oh, thank you so much. I'm excited to get started. I've listened to about 10 straight hours of your podcast in the last 2 days on the road. I love it. Thank you. So my voice is very familiar to you, I am sure. So I am so glad, and I'm really happy that you're here. This is awesome. Thank you. Oh, Nancy, awesome. Very true. It's a whole lot of info. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy's giving you a little bit of like, whew, hang in there. I just joined last week. It's overwhelming, but still everyone else's positive attitudes and helpfulness makes me feel positive about the decision I've made. Yay. I pray I'm a land person. Nancy, you are a land person. What are you talking about? You're in. You're in. Once you make the decision and that switch flips in your head and you wake up and just, even if it's just consuming the education, and that's one of the things we do when you start, watching Land Academy. You're getting your website done, go put investor on your LinkedIn, put investor on your Facebook page, put, hashtag investor on your Twitter account, land investor. That's who you are now. And I want you to be thinking like that. Sure, you don't have 1,000 deals done. Who cares? You will, you are an investor. And I promise you, once you watch our education one time, you already know more than 99.9% of the sellers you will ever encounter. This is your business. They are selling a property that maybe they bought themselves, maybe they inherited. They don't know, and they're looking to you to show them the ropes. So this is your thing. And if you want to make it a full-time thing, more power to you. So I love it. And one little side note I forgot to say, and Nancy just made me think of it. Land Academy ladies, once a month, we all get together. Within Land Academy, I have an amazing, strong, focused, killer Land Academy ladies investment group. So watch for notes for that, or any lady in here that don't want to wait, just send them a note. You can just send a note to support@landacademy.com and just say, I need to make sure that I'm on the list for the next one on May. It's the beginning of May. It's the first Tuesday of every month that we get together. So Nancy, I will see you there. Oh, yeah. Nancy's like, oh, I signed up for that. So good. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody. I'm so happy that you showed up. I'm so happy that I had the bandwidth to do this today. This is so great. I think we have another person here. I'm gonna say it out loud. Welcome, Colin. I think, hey, if only 3 people join, then you're all going to get a property. I got 2 so far, so that's good. So, yay. All right, Colin, welcome to Land Academy. I am glad you are here. So, all right, this is going to be awesome. So I will see you all soon. and I will be watching for you. And sorry I'm late. Oh, sorry, family emergency. Don't worry, this is recorded, so you can catch it at another time and watch it again. Thank you, Nancy, again. And so I so appreciate you. Nancy, you're a member now. So you can get in on that, get on the member drawing for sure. So, all right. Thanks again. I'm Jill DeWit, co-founder of Land Academy, and you are not alone in your real estate ambition. Thanks, everyone.